See, Jess already got the corner. You know she's got to take a picture.
From McCormick Gymnasium in Fargo, North Dakota. Good evening, everyone. I'm Brooks Huber alongside Beckett Stimson as we get set for North Dakota High School basketball action as the Shanley Deacons prepare to take on the Devil's Lake Firebirds. Basketball on Shanley TV is presented by the Shanley Athletic Club, taking Deacon Athletics to a higher level. We have an exciting game for you tonight. Stay tuned and we will return shortly right after this message from our Deacon partners.
This broadcast is presented by American Family Insurance, Ken Craft Agency, Bell Bank, Beyond Boundaries Therapy Services, Busick Olson and Associates, the Fargo Jet Center, First International Bank and Trust, Forum Communications, Fusion Electric, Luther Family Buick GMC, Moore Engineering, Network Center, Off the Wall Advertising, OnSharp, Sanding Law, Sanford Health, and Shields.
Welcome back as we get ready to get going. As Hakim will take the tip for Shanley and Martinson take the tip for Devil's Lake. What do you expect out of this game here, Brooks?
I expect a fast-paced matchup. Devil's Lake, historically, they've always been scrappy, and as long as we make our shots, we have a good chance in this one.
Hakim's going to win the opening tip back to McNeely. McNeely has the ball. She's going to pass it over to Shorma. Shorma's going to take one dribble and give it to Hakim. Over in the corner to Dew. Dew's going to go left and attempt to find Shorma, and her pass is intercepted by Heilman, and she's going to move it up to Freilich. Freilich's going to settle it down and give it over to McLaurin, back to Freilich. McLaurin controls at the top of the key for the Firebirds. She's going to take a couple of dribbles right and give it back to Freilich. McLaurin sitting outside, right back to Freilich. Those two going back and forth here early for Devil's Lake. Once again goes back to McLaurin and back to Freilich. Freilich's going to put one up, and she is going to miss, and the rebound is grabbed by Shorma.
That was good defense by the Deacons on that possession.
Yeah, McNeely up, and they're looking for Hakim inside, and it's going to go off her hand and out of bounds, and Devil's Lake's going to get the ball back.
Second turnover by Aubrey Dew in the same amount of possessions. She had a turnover-riddled first half last game, and hopefully that does not continue in this one.
McLaurin has the ball, and she's going to give it to Freilich. Freilich coming right. McLaurin in the corner. Her shot is just off the rim.
That was a great shot selection by McLaurin right there. Just happen to not go in.
McNeely's bringing the ball up for Shanley. She finds Shorma on a bounce pass. Shorma's going to give it to Hakim down low, and they're going to get Hakim on an offensive foul. And that's the first foul of the game for the Deacons.
Just
and
an unlucky break by the Deacons, right? Deacons could have gotten points right there. Instead, they call it a push-off. I could have seen that going either way.
Yeah, I agree. I think maybe her attempting to try to get to the pass and her arms moving at the same time just made it look that way. McLaurin has the ball for Devils Lake to Freilich in the corner.
Freilich had the shot right there.
McLaurin back to Freilich, and she's going to take a pump, and she's going to have it down low. And McNeely's going to tap it off her hands and go out of bounds, and Devils Lake retains possession with 12 seconds left on the shot clock. Nearly 2 minutes and still no first points.
Hey, they're going to be coming, though. When it rains, it pours.
Freilich on the inbound over to Schock. Schock to McLaurin into the corner, and it goes off Schock's hand, and it's going to be an over and back and a Deacon basketball.
Now, here comes the Deacons. They got a chance to take the first points in this one after 2 turnovers and then a foul. Determined the last 3 possessions. They're going to try to right the wrongs right here.
Is going to give it to Dew. Dew's going to take one bounce and pass it over to McNeely if she has it. Outside the three-point line, she's going to drive inside. She's going to pass it out to Dew. Dew for 3. Her shot is off the mark. But McNeely's going to grab the offensive rebound and lose control coming down. And Devils Lake will get the ball back.
I'll tell you what, these rims, they're ruthless.
McLaurin coming up the floor for the Firebirds. She's going to dribble right, and she's going to give to Freilich. Freilich's going to dribble left, and she's going to pass it back to McLaurin. We've seen those two handling the ball a lot here early. Down low to Heilman, and Hakim's going to grab the missed pass, and there might be a travel on Hakim, and there is. Freilich on the inbound pass to McLaurin. McLaurin's pass is tipped, and McNeely is going to pick it up, and she's going to pass it up to Dew. Fast break opportunity for the Deacons, and she is going to miss the layup, and this game's going to stay scoreless.
You know, they had the right look right there, just didn't fall.
Martinson controls for Devils Lake. She's going to give it to McLaurin. Back to Martinson. Into the corner, that's Heilman. Her pass out to Freilich. Freilich shot, and her shot is good.
That was a great shot selection by Freilich.
A good mid-range jumper to take a 2-0 lead.
First points in the 3 minutes.
And Devils Lake showing a press here early. Hakim over to Shorma. Shorma looking for McNeely and overthrows her. And that ball is going back to the Firebirds.
And those are just possessions that you cannot afford to have happen right there. Just silly mistakes by the Deacons early on.
McLaurin coming up with the ball for Devils Lake. She crosses half court, and she's going to pass it once again to Freilich. Over to Schock. Back to McLaurin. McLaurin, she's at a little floater. She never feeds that. Don't really know. Oh. And as Roach tries to grab the missed shot, it goes off her hands and out of bounds, and Devils Lake once again retains control of the ball.
Yeah, that was an interesting decision to try to grab the ball right there.
And Brodina is going to check in for Schock.
Brodina, she's an 8th grader, not even in high school yet, making an impact for Devils Lake right now.
Freilich looking for somebody to get open, and it's going to be intended for McLaurin. It goes off the hands of Shorma and out of bounds, and Devils Lake once again retains possession of the basketball.
Yeah, Shorma with a long wingspan. It's easy for her to tip those passes.
Brodina has the ball. She's going to give it to Freilich. Freilich over to Martinson to Brodina. She's going to dribble left, dribble back right, and her intended pass for Freilich is going to be picked up by McNeely to Shorma. Now Dew looking for another fast break, and she will put this one in, and it's 2-2.
So Aubrey Dew is the first to score for the Deacons, tying the game up at 2 apiece.
Martinson has the ball for Devils Lake. People battling, and they're ultimately going to call a jump ball. And possession to Devils Lake as Shanley did win the tip.
Yeah, Aubrey Dew already outscoring her last point total from a few days ago, where she had uncharacteristic outing. 0 for 1 on the day, only 1 shot. She has 2 or 3 so far in this game. You'll love to see her shooting again.
Freilich's inbound pass to McLaurin. Now it's back to Freilich in the corner. She was looking inside but could not complete the pass. And Dew is going to get called for a travel.
You know, she picked up her pivot foot right there. Momentum carried her forward. And that is the third turnover of the game for Dew.
An inbounds pass to Brown. She gives it back to Freilich. And looking for Brown in the corner. She is going to keep it in. And she was looking for Brodina across the court, and Schormer's going to pick that pass off and settle it down for the Deacons. She's going to give it to McNeely, inside to Hakim. Outside to Roach. Roach is going to see the shot, and it's going to be just short. Hakim grabs the offensive rebound. She's going to put it up, and she's going to miss. Schormer on the offensive rebound. She's going to miss.
You know, Roach,
and
she had a wide open shot
rebound
there. But McNeely, she had a wide open lane for a layup.
McLaurin was looking down the court for Brodina. Nobody was there, and it's out of bounds. And Schormer's got the ball now for the Deacons. She's going to throw it all the way across the court to Roach, and she's going to give it to McNeely as the Deacons are going to come down the floors. McNeely's going to drive, and there's going to be a blocking foul on Freilich. The first Devils Lake foul here, 5 minutes in almost.
You know, the Deacons, they really needed that just to settle down and just start their offense from the start right there.
Yeah, I agree. They got that whole 30-second shot clock now and a chance to just
run what they want to run right here.
Yeah, Schormer's inbound pass to Hakim. She gives it over to Dew, and Dew's shot is just off, but McNeely grabs the offensive rebound and puts in the layup.
That was a high bank shot there.
McLaurin coming up the floor for Devils Lake, gives it to Freilich. Freilich back to McLaurin after taking a couple of bounces. Now Freilich's coming right. She's going to give it over to Schock, and she was looking back for Freilich. Dew is going to pick off the pass and go in for a layup, and she's got it. 6-2, Fargo Shanley.
Aubrey Dew, she's the main facilitator for that fast break. Without her, they're not getting all these fast break points early on.
Freilich throws it into the corner, and the shot from Heilman is good, a deep two to put it.
Yeah, they're going to call that a deep two right there.
Yeah, her foot was on the line. Great call. Schormer controls and looks for McNeely. McNeely over to Hakim, and a little pass off. They had to regroup. Schormer from the top of the key is going to pump, give it to Dew. Back inside to Hakim. And they're going to call a foul on the floor, and no and one opportunity.
I really like that ball movement, though, for the Deacons. They were swinging it around to all 5 players on the court. That's just some great teamwork right there. For sure for the Deacons, there's no I in team.
Schormer's inbound pass to Roach, over to Dew, and that pass nearly picked off by Friddle, who just entered the game, and she does eventually get control. It's a great way to make an impact coming in off the bench.
I mean, hey, that's how you have to do it. Coming off from the bench, that's how you want to. If you want to start, you got to make it as a bench player first.
Freilich gives it to McLaurin. Friddle to McLaurin. And McLaurin's going to pass over to Schock, and she's just going to hand it off to McLaurin. They attempt to set a screen, did not set up well. And McLaurin kind of just throws it up there, but the offensive rebound is grabbed by Devils Lake. And they're going to call a foul on Shanley.
They're going to call a foul. The Devils Lake fans are loving that, but sitting up here, I'm not so sure about that one.
And they're going to call it to Hakim. Coach Jacobson not happy with that call. And I think I'm going to agree with him on that one.
Yeah, it just seems like she had all ball there, but maybe it's because she was reaching over. I guess we really won't know. Oh,
and now after the
didn't have a warm-up off
Stockman is checking in for Hakim. The inbounds pass for Devils Lake to Schock. She's going to give it over to McLaurin. Nearly taking a 3 there, but now she's going to pass the ball around. That's Friddle. Friddle's going to drive. Her shot short, and Stockwell grabs the rebound. And she's going to pass it up to Roney. Roney to Stockwell at the top. Now Roach has it over to Dew. Dew's going to dribble, spin, and she's going to find Stockwell in the paint, and she can't get the shot off as the ball is stolen away from her. And now fast-paced move for Devils Lake as it's up to Schock, to McLaurin, right back to Schock. Down low to Friddle, and Stockwell's going to get a block. That ball was picked up by Hall.
They're going to call a reach on Roach right there.
And now they're going to call a reach on Roach as we are 7 minutes in and the score 6-4. You
know, hard-fought defensive battle early on in this one. Both sides not giving up an inch.
The inbounds pass. McLaurin has it at the top for Devils Lake. She's going to pass it over to Martinson inside to Friddle and her shot, and they're going to call foul on, I'm not quite sure who yet.
That'll be Stockmo. Foul on Stockmo.
Stockmo's first.
It looks like the foul occurred while the ball was still in her hands, but they're going to give her a shooting foul right there.
Oh, yeah, I thought she was on the floor, too. Interesting call, but Friddle shooting 2, and her first one's short.
Now, she is the other half of the other Friddle sister playing on the court tonight. 2 of them, actually. As Aubrey Dew takes her first sub of the game.
Stockmo gives it to McNeely. McNeely's going to take one dribble left and pass it to Roach, and down low is Roney. Her shot, layup just missed. McNeely trying to grab the offensive rebound.
You know, these Deacons, they're having good looks. They're doing the right things, just the shots aren't falling early on. And Hall gets subbed out for Devils Lake.
Shorma inbounds to Roney. Passes it right to McNeely. She's going to dribble right and try to find Stockmo in the paint. She will complete the pass. The layup is good, 8-5.
Stockmo double teamed right there. Still gets the shot to go. Good defense, just better offense right there for Stockmo.
Top for Devils Lake, going to give it to Martinson. Her 3 on the way, just off the rim. Roach will grab the rebound and pass it over to Shorma. And now a good double team press from Devils Lake's going to force Shorma to pass it back up to Roach. Roney's open, gives it to Stockmo, and her shot is going to be missed, but she'll draw the foul, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
This is what I was telling you about Shanley's offense. They're fast-paced, fast break-oriented. You saw that right there. This is how they're going to end up getting points on the board, doing stuff just like this.
Her first free throw is good. Brodina and Brown in for Devils Lake. And the second free throw is good as Shanley takes a 5-point lead.
If you're the Deacons, you love where you're at right now, score-wise.
McLaurin has the ball. She's going to give it over to Martinson. Over to Heilman. Her shot is off the mark, and that rebound's grabbed by Roney. She's going to pass it up to McNeely. McNeely's just going to give it to Roach, and now Roach is going to settle it down as she finds Roney in the corner. To Stockmo down low. Her shot, good, and she's going to the line for an and 1 opportunity.
I'll tell you what, they love seeing Stockmo down in the post because she's automatic when she has the ball right there. Another chance to go with the charity strike there for Stockmo. And again, just great ball movement by the Deacons.
Dew checks back in as Roach comes off. Stockmo's third free throw of the game is just short as she's 2 for 3 from the line now.
But hey, if I'm the Deacons, I'll take that. 2 for 3, that's a good percentage.
McLaurin's going to give it to Heilman. She's going to take a pump, and McNeely's going to come away with nearly a steal as Martinson's got the ball on the ground. And she's going to give it to McLaurin. She's open, nearly took the 3. Back to Martinson as she looks for Heilman, overthrows her as Dew picks off that pass, gives it to Stockmo, to Shorma. She gives it up to Roney, and now McNeely is driving to the hoop, and she's going to pass it over to Dew. Her shot just off as Brown grabs the rebound and gives it up to McLaurin, and she comes up the floor. Martinson's pass knocked away, but McLaurin there and gives it back to Martinson. And McNeely playing good defense for Shanley. It'll be interesting to see what they do with this ball, and they're going to give it to Devils Lake. It was off McNeely.
Hey, these Deacons, they're clogging up the passing lanes, making it extremely difficult for Devils Lake to get any sort of points on the board, which is why they've been held to 5 with 9 minutes left in this quarter, or half, excuse me.
Nearly halfway into the first half, and it's 12-5.
Both of these teams, they have good offenses, just better defenses are coming out to play right now.
Shorma's going to throw it back to McNeely. She's going to haul that one in. She's going to dribble left and give it to Dew. Dew's going to dribble back left, and she's going to pump. McNeely's open in the corner. She's going to give it to Shorma in the post, back to McNeely. And she's trying to find Shorma again, and she was not covered up. And coming up the floor now is Freilich, and she's going to give it over to Brown. And that pass goes off her hands and out of bounds.
Yeah, back-to-back mistakes for the Deacons and Firebirds. Just a wash of possessions right there.
Carly Holstein comes in for Shorma, her first action tonight, as she checks it into Stockmo, and they're playing good press D on the guards. A pass across the floor to Stockmo goes off the hands of Brown, but Roney comes in with a pass to McNeely, and her layup is off the mark. And McLaurin has the ball. Shanley wants to give their own little press. Brown for Devils Lake gives it to Schock in the corner, back to Brown. Throws it across the floor to Freilich. Up top to McLaurin, her three-pointer. She was wide open just off the rim and out. And they're going to call foul on Devils Lake.
You know, back to Carly Holstein. You may have heard that name as the freshman phenom for the volleyball team. But hey, she plays basketball too. And there's a reason why she's in this rotation.
Holstein gives the inbound pass to Roney. Right back to Holstein. This Devils Lake press is making it tough right now for Shanley to do something to do, and double covered, and Coach Jacobson's going to call his first time out of the night.
Yeah, he didn't like how they were playing that press right there. Don't forget that you can connect with Shanley TV on social media. Get the latest updates about Shanley sports teams, plus reminders about upcoming broadcasts, like our Facebook page, today at facebook.com/ShanleyTV, or follow us on Twitter at ShanleyTV.
We are ready to resume action here in the first half. Shanley 12, Devils Lake 5, and Shorma looking for a dude, throws it out of bounds. And the pass was tipped. Shorma will throw another inbounds pass. Sorry about that. Shorma gives it to Holstein, and there's going to be a foul on Friddle.
So the freshman to the line right now for the Deacons.
And now Heilman checks in for Friddle, and now that seventh foul puts Shanley in the bonus, and Holstein will shoot a 1-and-1. Holstein misses the front end of the 1-and-1, but Shormer grabs the rebound, that pass taken out of her hands. And Schock has the ball for Devils Lake, and she's going to give it to McLaurin as she comes up the court. Passes it to Freilich, and that goes through her hands. Well, off her hands and out of bounds, and Shanley will now have possession of the basketball.
Just an absolute bullet by McLaurin right there. If she would have thrown the ball a little bit softer, I think that would have been catchable.
I think that was a great pass, just bad catch. Hakim checks back in for Holstein, and Dew has the ball for Shanley.
They had to find a way to break this press.
And Dew gives it to Hakim, over to Shorma. And that ball goes, Heilman knocks the ball out of her hands and it goes out of bounds. And Shanley retains possession with 20 seconds on the shot clock, 7:40 to go. Inbounds pass to Hakim, to McNeely, to Shorma in the corner. Shorma's dribbling left, and she's going to put up a left-handed shot, and that was way off. And now the ball is just all over the floor, and ultimately Hall's going to pass it to McLaurin, and she's going to set her feet and throw it across the floor to Schock. Schock back to McLaurin. She's wide open, nearly took the shot and gives it to Freilich in the corner. Freilich across the court to Schock, to Hall, and Hall's going to take her shot is off, and Hakim grabs the rebound and gives it to Dew. Dew coming up the floor for the Deacons. And they're going to call a foul on Devils Lake.
And now Dew will be heading to the line for a 1-and-1.
And now Brodina checking back in for Schock. her first shot, and she misses her end of the one-on-one. That's the second one-on-one Shanley's missing. Those are shots you need to make.
Yeah, I don't like those one-on-ones just because of that.
Great picked off pass by McNeely. She's going to spin off McLaurin. Left-handed layup just off, but Dew grabs the offensive rebound. And her shot off the rim. She regrabs her offensive rebound, but no points there for Shanley. 3 shots, no points. Freilich over to Brodina, and her shot is off the mark as well. And the rebound goes off a lot of hands, and they're going to say the last touch was Shorman. Devils Lake retains possession.
That was great transition defense by Shanley, making up for all those missed opportunities on the other end. They come back with a full head of steam and stop Devils Lake from getting points of their own.
And they're going to call a shooting foul on Hakim. And going to the line for Devils Lake is Heilman.
I'm good. Are we still muted?
Her first free throw is short. And that one's too long, so she's 0 for 2 at the line. Stockman grabs the rebound, gives it up to Dew. And her pass to Roach, to Shorma. The open 3 from Shorma is too long and off the mark, but Dew's going to grab the offensive rebound and give it to Roach. Roach pumps and looks for McNeely, misfires. Little miscommunication there, and another drive coming away with no points for Shanley.
You know, she's trying to go back shoulder right there. Pass wasn't there. You got to lead your player up the court. But they still got time to right that.
McLaurin drives to the hoop. Her layup is good, and it's 12-7 now with 6 minutes to go in the half.
You know, what I've noticed about this Devils Lake team is their whole offense runs through McLaurin. And if I'm McLaurin, I just got to keep on chucking up shots and hoping a couple of them fall.
Shorman drives, she can give it to Stockmo. Her shot is up and good.
Stockmo, she has been the X factor so far in this one for the Deacons.
Brodina driving to the hoop, and she is looking, and she gives it to Hall. Up to McLaurin. Her pass over to Heilman. Brodina open. She dribbles left, 2 girls on her, and she gives it to Heilman. Up top to Freilich. She pumps over to back to Brodina. She's going to dribble left, top of the key. She's going to take a 3-pointer, and it's good.
You know, I like that shot. It's really gutsy, but if you want to get back in this game, you got to take shots like that.
A weird bounce off the rim a little bit, but she was wide open and a great shot to take. Great press from Devils Lake as Dew gets it out to McNeely. Her pass over to Roach. Mid-range jumper from Roach, too long. And the rebound grab by McLaurin.
You know, that's usually Roach's shot right there, the mid-range. It's usually all day for her. Not tonight, though.
And Hall is looking for Freilich. That pass goes off Shorman. Devils Lake retains possession. As Friddle and Martinson all come in for Devils Lake. The inbounds pass to Schock. And Freilich, her shot just off the mark. And the offensive rebound is going to be grabbed by Schock and give it back to Freilich. Freilich to Schock to Friddle. Friddle over to her sister. And her mid-range shot takes a bounce as that rebound's grabbed by Holstein, and she just out-muscles. But her pass to Dew is incomplete. And Freilich misses her shot, and that rebound's grabbed by Dew. And Dew's going to give it to Roach. Throw it over to Roney in the corner. Down low to Holstein. Her layup is good.
Elite ball movement by the Deacons right there. Wow.
Martinson has the ball for Devils Lake as she crosses mid-floor. Less than 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. And that pass is picked off, and Roney comes up for Shanley. She stops, passes it to Roach. The open 3 is up, and it is short. And that rebound's grabbed by Friddle, and they're going to call.
And over the back by Roney right there.
And Shorman checking back in for the Deacons.
Shorma, who's very tall for a guard, makes her impact known by her defense and her playmaking on the offensive end.
That foul put Devils Lake in the bonus, and now Martinson at the line shooting her front end of the one-on-one. She's going to miss, and Roney's going to grab the rebound. No one has made a front end of a one-on-one since the bonus has started on either side.
Nice look there. Good idea, just not the right execution.
Cabron Friddle's going to pass it over, and there is an air ball from Martinson, but that ball is grabbed by Schock. And keeping the ball on that side, but now Roney's going to intercept that pass. And she's going to settle down the offense and give it. Looks for Holstein. Goes off the hands of Cabron Friddle and out of bounds.
I thought you could have maybe taken that to the hoop right there. But I understand not wanting to force a shot and setting up the offense in that sequence.
Shorma inbound pass to Roney. She sits to the top of the key, takes one dribble left, gives it to Dew. She pumps, back to Roney in the corner. And she's going to give it to Shorma, and that pass taken off her hands. And Friddle picks it off, gives it to Brown, and now McLaurin coming up the floor for Devils Lake. Freilich over to McLaurin. McLaurin settling the ball down at the top of the key. She gives it over to Schock. Schock dribbling back across the court left to McLaurin. McLaurin one bounce and a tip from Dew, but Schock has the ball back. Freilich across the floor to McLaurin. Her three-pointer a little too long, and that's a defensive rebound from Roney. She's going to give it to Shorma. Shorma's going to take a step, and she's going to miss the layup. And they're going to call a foul on Devils Lake as Shorma's going to go to the line for a 1-and-1.
Now, would that be a shooting foul? They're going to say 1-and-1, not shooting. But that was really close.
It was after the shot on the rebound. She came down and got hit, so I think.
Well, I didn't know if they counted that as a putback or not.
Her first free throw, and she is the first one to make a 1-and-1, and now we'll go to the line for her second shot.
That extends the Deacons' lead to 7 with 2:25 left in this half.
Shorma's second shot is too long. And the rebound looked to be grabbed by Bordina, but off her hands, and Roney gives it back to Shorma, and she's going to try to get down low to Stockmo. She'll tip it over to Dew. Shorma's going to pump back to Dew. Down low to Stockmo, and she will get fouled and go to the line to shoot two.
Stockwell back at the free throw line, trying to extend the Deacons' lead.
Her first shot from the line is good. She's now 3 for 4 from the line.
She has played an amazing first half for the Deacons. A real difference maker early on in this one.
Her second free throw is just off the mark. Freilich has the ball for Devils Lake as she's going to dribble right then left and give it to McLaurin in the corner. She controls, and they are going to call a travel.
Now, just my observation so far, but I don't think there's been a single possession where McLaurin did not touch the ball.
I think
she has been everywhere for Devils Lake tonight. Playing great on both ends of the ball.
Gives it to Roney. Roney spins out, and they're going to call a travel on Roney.
You know, with a lead like this, those are mistakes that you can't afford to make.
Yeah, I agree. Still early, still a lot. 20 minutes of basketball to go. 2 here in the first half. And there's going to be a jump ball called there. Shorma's going to give it to Dew. A good press from Devils Lake's going to result in an intercepted pass, but she can't haul that one in.
I don't think that counts as a turnover, does it? I don't think she had possession. Just knocked it out of bounds.
I don't think so either.
So that's good for Dew's. Yeah, that's good for Dew's stat sheet right there.
Holstein gives it to Stockman in the paint, and she's going to get fouled trying to go up. And she's going to the line, I want to say, for the 4th or 5th time now here in the first half.
Yeah, she's been 4 for 6, I think, so far in this one, shooting free throws. This will be her 7th and 8th free throw attempt.
Her first one is off the mark. Shanley's doing a great job here tonight. Only giving up 10 points here in the first half with less than 2 minutes to go with a team that scored 87 back on Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, hey, their defense, like I told you, they're legit.
And her second is good, and it's 19-10.
And that's big. A double-digit lead would be huge for the Deacons to head into halftime. We'll see if they can get there.
McLaurin has the ball for Devils Lake. She's going to give it to Brodina. Over to Heilman, back to Brodina. And she was looking, and they're going to call an over and back.
I'll tell you what, Devils Lake, they were lucky that was called over and back because Aubrey Dew was looking at a breakaway layup right there.
Inbounds pass to Roney. She's going to give it to Shorma. Shorma's going to dribble right and give it to Dew. She's going to go left and throw it across the floor, off Holstein's hands, off Roney's leg.
You know,
that's just something that can't happen.
Miscommunication. Both of those two ladies were both trying to go for it.
McLaurin coming up the floor for Devils Lake, and Roney's going to take that one out of her hands, and now she's going to be in a trap, but gets it out to Heilman. Freilich dribbles left and gives it back, and that Roney's going to get a hand on that one, but ultimately no possession of it. Heilman dribbles in. She's going to take a deep two, and that one's off the mark, and the rebound grabbed by Stockmo, and she's going to get it up to Holstein. Stockmo back at the top of the key over to Shormer. She's going to pump. Give it to Stockmo, and there's going to be a travel as she was not expecting the basketball.
Another miscommunication right there by the Deacons.
McLaurin coming up, crossing half court for Devils Lake. Cabron Friddle's going to set a screen for her, but nothing there. Back to Cabron Friddle to Freilich as she's going to get it out to Schock. Her shot short. McLaurin has it. She's going to pass it to Cabron Friddle down low in the corner. Tried getting it down low. Less than 10 seconds on the shot clock. McLaurin over to Freilich, and that pass is stolen by Roney. She's got a fast break. She's going to pause, and there is going to be a double dribble called.
Now, I don't know if I like that call necessarily. She got her hand in there. She tipped it, made her lose control. I don't think she did that on purpose. 5 seconds left in this one. We're going to have to go for a half-court shot.
McLaurin trying to get something going. She's going to, I don't think they knew how much time was on the clock. And
for the Deacons, Steely Stockmo leads with 10 points. And for Devils Lake, they're led by Tylee Brodina with 3. So we talked about Gabrielle McLaurin the whole game, about how she's had the ball every possession. She has 2 and is tied for the second leading scorer for Devils Lake. What do you think about that first half for the Deacons?
I think they did a good job keeping Devils Lake in check, only holding them to 10 points, which is a great half.
Yeah, their defense, they came out to play tonight. Offense, a little slow so far, but again, they have a whole another half.
That's been consistent through the first 2 games too, not scoring 40 and 42 points the first 2 games. They come in 1-1, so they can win with the low amounts of scoring, and they've shown that.
Well, their defense, they've been priding themselves on that early on this season, and once they knock off that rust on offense, I think this could be a potentially dangerous team down the line in the EDC.
Yeah, I agree. We're going to step away here and get ready for the second half.
Welcome back to the second half of girls Shanley basketball, where your Deacons are taking on Devils Lake and winning 19-10. Second half starts here. And McLaurin dribbles the ball out of bounds and gets poked out by the Deacons. Devils Lake retains possession. Freelick passing it in to Martinson. McLaurin has the ball driving, kicks it back out. There's a shot, and that's 2 points for Devils Lake.
And a great job with the press
Devils
defense
Lake
there.
steals the ball and fouled by Bryn McNeely.
A great job using the press defense.
Their press defense, it worked for the first half, and it's working here so far in the second. McLaurin swings it out left. There's a shot, and it is not close. Foul called by the Firebirds on Maggie Shorma. Maggie Shorma will inbound the ball.
Great job there drawing the foul.
Great job by the Deacons breaking the press, and the ball just sails out of bounds, intended for Sealy Stockmo. It will be Firebirds ball here.
I agree with you. That was a great job breaking the press, and ultimately just it's the missed pass that keeps 2 points off the board.
I mean, just uncharacteristic mistakes like this, that's going to cost you games down the stretch. Maybe not here, but eventually. A missed shot by the Firebirds, and 2 girls going for the rebound. None of them end up getting it. Aubrey Dew gets called for the foul there. It looked like it may have been all ball.
Yeah, but that's just a situation you can't put yourself in, as you had 2 girls with hands on the ball and no rebound.
You know, there's a reason why there's no I in team. First free throw is a miss by number 25, Claire Heelman. She is a sophomore forward for the Firebirds. Number 2 free throw. It bounces off the front rim and in. So right now, the Firebirds are on a 3-0 run to start this second half. As the Deacons are having so much trouble breaking this press. And Aubrey's going to take a blocking foul as Dew's feet were not set.
This press is really doing a good job here early in the second half to get Devils Lake back in the game.
Well, the Deacons, they just keep doing the same thing. And it's not working. They got to switch the press break up eventually. Heelman with another free throw. Roney's in for Dew.
And just like that, they cut the lead in half.
Yeah, and there's going to be a timeout early by the Deacons. We're only a minute 7 into this first half. Coach Jacobson's not liking what he's seeing so far. We'll be back after the timeout.
Welcome back as we get going here after the timeout.
Deacons are trying to break the press break. She can dribble. She does. She passes up to Shane Roach. Down to Stockmo. Stockmo with a wild shot. It doesn't go. And they're going to say it went over the backboard. Devils Lake ball. Another unsuccessful press break right there for the Deacons. I'm going to call that one unsuccessful because it ended up with a turnover.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's just they got to do a better job
has the ball
here.
up. She's trapped. And that's going to be a jump ball. Forced by Roney. It's going to go Deacons ball. That was the first time they stopped him so far in the second half for the Deacons. McNeely dribbling the ball up, pass it to Shorma. Shorma looks at her options, passes it back to McNeely. McNeely's dribbling on top of the key. She slings it to to Roach. Roach passes to Shorma, and that's going to be a foul on number 23 for Firebirds, Jolie Martinson.
Yeah, just a push off the back there, and now the chance for Shanley to take advantage of the foul. 30 seconds on the shot clock, and the ball.
Shorma passing this in. She can't find anybody. She finds a wide open Roney, and it does not hit the rim, unfortunately, for the Deacons. Transition defense looking good, and that's going to be a great shot by Devils Lake. It's a 2-point game. Deacons with the slight advantage.
Yeah, but maybe not the slightest advantage when you giving up a 7-0 run to start the half and nearly another intercepted pass.
Hey, they had the right idea, just didn't have enough velocity on that ball. Pass it to Shayna. Shayna with the wide open three. Roach cannot connect. Shorman with the rebound. Pass it to Stockmo. Intercepted by the Firebirds. And that's intercepted again by Roach. Roach pushing up the ball up to Shorma. Shorma pump fakes. Misses the layup, puts it back up, misses again. And that's going to be a Firebirds ball.
Great job there, grabbing the rebound for Devils Lake.
They swing it out to McLaurin. McLaurin dishes out to number 12. Number 12 shoots. She misses. And now the ball is tipped, and they're going to call it Deacons ball. So what do you think about the offense so far for the Deacons and the Firebirds, respectively?
Well, here the Deacons' offense in the second half has been non-existent, yet to score a point. But Devils Lake with a quick 7.
They got to pass the ball up. They got a wide open Roach. Pass it to Stockmo, and that ball almost went out of bounds, saved by Stockmo. She's going to put the shot up. Not a great shot, but she grabs her own rebound, and she steps out of bounds in the process. Firebirds ball. Just turnover after turnover for the Deacons thus far.
A great defensive job here by Devils Lake early in the second half.
Now, do you think it's great defense or just sloppy offense? Because I think it might be a little bit of both so far.
I agree. I think Devils Lake's doing a really good job forcing Shanley to make tough decisions in the press defense, which are causing a lot of those turnovers and bad shots.
Shayna goes, Roach sits on the bench. Hakim comes back into the game for the first time in the second half. Firebirds got the ball in the corner, dishes it to 25, dish to 12, which is missed by Freilich. They're going to call a foul.
That's the Deacons' fourth foul here in the first over 3 minutes here in the second half.
Second by Stockmo.
And those are numbers you got to get down if you don't want Devils Lake in the bonus early.
And that's going to be tipped out of bounds on the fast break attempt by Roney. It's going to stay Deacons' ball. And Megan Deese is in the game for the first time for the Deacons. McNeely inbounding it, passes it to Hakim. Hakim passes it down to Shorma. Shorma puts up a Kareem skyhook. It won't go. Devils Lake dribbles the ball up. McLaurin passes it to Brown. Brown dishes it inside, and that's going to be tipped. Brown gets the ball back, passes it to Brown, dishes it. Friddle passes it to number 4, and that's going to be tipped and intercepted by Hakim. Deese is going to push the ball up the court. She's got a wide open Roney. Roney shoots, and she scores the Deacons' first points of the half, coming at the 14-minute mark.
Yeah, it took a while to get one, but maybe that'll get the monkey off the back.
Honestly, I think that's going to get the points flowing so far for the Deacons, as they're playing good defense on this possession. They swing it out to Brown. Brown has it, swings it opposite side of the court. She's going to shoot, and they're going to call a foul. Foul on the Deacons. Laney Hall checked in for the Firebirds, as the Firebirds are going to be looking at their inbound play. Now this type of play looks familiar, as look at that ball moving right there by the Firebirds. McLaurin gets the ball poked away. That's not going to be a backcourt violation because the ball was tipped. McLaurin dishes it to Brown. Brown looks like she wanted to shoot, cannot. Back to McLaurin. Back out to Brown. And ball's back in McLaurin's hands. We sure said that name a lot tonight.
Yeah,
they don't have much time. 5 seconds. Hits the back of number 21's back. And they're going to have 2 seconds to chuck up a shot.
Yeah, we have said her name a lot. The point guard doing a good job managing their offense.
Well, their backcourt, they're just making so many lateral passes. They're not trying to get the ball in the paint, which is really tough. They got to put up a shot, and that's not going to hit the rim. That's going to be a shot clock violation forced by the Deacons. Great defensive possession for them. Fire Lake's in the game for Devils Lake. Dietz for the inbound. Let's see if they can break this very tough press by Devils Lake, and they are able to do it temporarily. That was tipped by Devils Lake from my point of view, and it's going to stay Deacons ball.
Yeah, another great defensive job from Devils Lake to just make Shanley make some sloppy passes.
Devils Lake, they're suffocating the Deacons on that press break. Deacons looking for any type of oxygen here. And they're going to throw it into Hakim. She's triple teamed right now, passing it out. And that's just off the front rim. It looks like that may have had a chance to go in.
Yeah, I think so too. But
McLaurin passes up to Brown. Brown's going to take a mid-range shot. She's not going to hit the rim on a close one. And that's going to be a jump ball forced by Devils Lake.
4-point game, 5 minutes into the second half, and a lot tighter than what we kind of expected coming out the break.
You know, yeah, it was a 9-point game at halftime, and Devils Lake, they've come out firing, and that's being led by their press break so far. Devils Lake swinging it out, back at top of the key, and McLaurin almost loses the handle of it. She's got to find a shot. She dishes out left, and that's going to be intercepted by McNeely. McNeely up to Shorma. Shorma's dribbling it. Shorma dishes out to McNeely. McNeely at the top of the key. Shorma's wide open. She's screaming that she's wide open. McNeely didn't see her until late. Shorma can take that shot, and she will, and that's going to roll in. That hit the rim at least 8 times right there, it felt like. And that's going to be just a bad pass by Devils Lake, and that's going to be Deacons' ball.
McNeely's got the ball, gives it to Shorma. And she's going to find Dietz over to Hakim. That pass off her hands and out of bounds. And another turnover for Fargo Shanley.
Yeah, just a lot of those passes that just aren't on point. If you clean up some of that sloppiness, Shanley might be up by double digits in this one.
I think we could say that on both sides of the ball, too.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't been clean by any means, but, like, let's not underestimate this defense so far on both sides. They've been playing amazing with the trap right there for the Deacons. And they're going to go over and back. It looks like she had the ball out of her hands, and maybe that call was just jumped by the official.
Maybe a little bit. It was real close.
It was. I thought Devils Lake may have had that, but it doesn't matter. McNeely is going to bring the ball up the court, guarded by McLaurin. Deetz getting some valuable playing time right now, and intercepted by Martinson. Martinson passes it up the court, and we got McLaurin for the shot. She's had the ball so much this game, she just has not been able to have her shots fall. You got to think with a solid player like her, she's going to get them to go in soon. Great shot by McNeely. Won't go. Rebounded by Hakim. Back out, and that's not going to go as well for the Deacons as Bryn McNeely is on the floor. Rebound by Dietz. She's going to pass it to Shorma. Shorma's going to take her time dribbling up the court as there's no press this time. Shayna Roach and Aubrey Dew ready to check in. McNeely wide open. Nobody's by her. It was a ghost town where she had the ball. Rebounded by Hakim. Back out to McNeely. McNeely has a chance. Dietz, wide open three. That will go. Dietz with the make. The freshman with the solid contribution so far in this second half.
That's a huge three to put this game back at 9 points.
That's what they needed. And that was great defense by Hakim. And again, Shorma, she's going to take her time. Pass it up to McNeely. And she does not see them. Shorma, she's going to take it herself. She's going to get fouled. And she'll go to the charity strike for 2.
It's a weird shot to take, but it came out positive drawing the foul.
You know, when you're driving to the hoop like that, you're just looking for the foul, and you're banking on that. And that's what she got right there. She placed her bets, and she ended up cashing out.
House didn't win this time.
Vegas doesn't always win. First free throw is made by Shorma. Abreu and Shayna Roach are in the game, subbing out for Roney and McNeely. Shorma's second free throw shot is underway. And it is good. That extends the Deacons' lead to 11. A lead that was cut to 2 at one point. Deacons have retained their firm lead.
Yeah, great
and
job
had beat
to
the press.
respond to the adversity and get the lead back.
Well, I think the main part is Devils Lake, they just got tired from running that press, and that's a foul by the Deacons. Looked like on Hakim. But yeah, back to that press. They just haven't been able to run it effectively in the past couple of minutes.
That's an important foul for Devils Lake to draw, because the next time Shanley fouls, we'll see Devils Lake at the line the rest of the game.
And with 10 minutes left, that's not ideal for the Deacons.
No,
especially
not at all.
if Devils Lake can start nailing their free throws.
Yeah, I agree. That could make the game really interesting, especially since Devils Lake's only fouled 3 times this half.
Shannon Roach with the steal. She's got a layup contested, and that's going to be a foul. Shannon Roach heading to the line. It looks like an and-one opportunity. The shot cannot fall. Now she's got a chance at 2 points here at the free throw line.
Yeah, huge 2 points here, and 2 points you need.
You see the Deacons being a lot more aggressive so far in the second half. Roach, nothing but net on her first free throw attempt. And now let's see if the second one's as pretty as the first one. She makes the second one. Do you see that free throw routine? How she spun the ball in her hands like 3 times? You gotta think she has that down to a T. Devils Lake, McLaurin at the top of the key. Dishes it inside, and that's a pass to nobody. It looks like it may have gotten tipped, but no, it is not. Deacons ball.
Yeah, I agree. I kind of thought the same thing there. I thought maybe it got tipped, but no.
The ball just sailed on her, and Abreu, she can dribble. She's looking to pass. Shorman's got the ball. Abreu with the dish, and that's going to be a steal by Devils Lake. Passed up, and there's going to be a block on Roach. Number 11, Friedel.
And I think they're going to call that one on the shot and on the floor, and they'll shoot 2.
Another one of those iffy calls, 50-50, which way is going to go. This
Either
time it was
way,
in Devils Lake's favor.
We're going to see Devils Lake at the line there.
Just a matter of if
And
it's
it would not have mattered if it was a 1-on-1.
It wouldn't have.
But now with 9.5 minutes, that's a huge time to get in bonus for Devils Lake, especially down 12 to get 11 now to get back in the game.
Yeah, constantly down to 11, which is big. And here comes the press for Devils Lake. They're widely known for that. And Shayna Roach is going to beat it. Screen, and that ball's almost going out of bounds. Shayna contains it, and she gets fouled in the corner. Luckily for the Deacons, that was not worse than it ended up being. Coach Jacobson telling them to slow down. They don't have to be forcing up shots quite yet. Just run the offense, he's saying.
He didn't like him going into the corner where they're going to trap him every time.
And that's stolen by McLaurin. McLaurin, ball's getting out of bounds on her. She picks it up in the corner. She's dribbling, trying to penetrate. It won't go. Back to McLaurin in the corner. 3, won't go. Abreu with the rebound, and she's trapped. And I really hope that got tipped. It did not get tipped. And it looked like she thought she had a teammate right there, but it was not meant to be. Deacons lose the ball right there. And now if you're Devils Lake, you really need to get points right here and start a run. Shocker, McLaurin's the first one to touch the ball in this possession, as she usually always is. Dishes it out, and they're going to call a travel on Devils Lake. Interesting call with 8:59 left in this one. Shanley ball.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I'm not entirely sure that was the case.
You know, as a Deacon commentator, we'll take any break we can get. Shorma trying to break the press on her own. She does with a nifty little crossover. Roach in the corner. She has a shot she wants. She's driving. Stolen by Devils Lake. Devils Lake storming up. And they're going to call a reach-in foul on the Deacons. And now it's going to be 1-1. for Devils Lake.
Yeah, those are just important fouls that you can't take at this point because those fouls could get Devils Lake right back into this game.
And, hey, those fouls add up, not only in the bonus, but foul trouble late on in the game as well.
I agree. We've only seen about 3 or 4 come off the bench for Shanley, and we've seen every single one of Devils Lake's players come in, which plays a huge difference to the kind of depth you have.
And they have been making their free throws count in the second half. I'm pretty sure they're 100% so far, especially on the 1-and-1s. Hopefully I did not just jinx them on this attempt. Turns out I did. I'm not complaining, though, as Deacons get the ball. They're driving up the court. Shorma again trying to break the press on her own. They got to help her one of these times. Shannon passes it out to Dew. Dew has the ball top of the key. Shorma says, hey, I'm open. Dew doesn't see her. Shorma, ball at the top of the key. She's trying to find someone open. She got Stockmo. Stockmo back to Shorma. And she has to put a crazy shot. They're gonna call it travel. No shot, no make. Travel on Shorma. That's gonna be another turnover for the Deacons, as the game is 30-20 in the second half.
Yeah, very interesting travel call. I'm not entirely sure that might have been right.
Back to back, I would say, interesting travel calls as McNeely is looking to sub in at the scores table. Now, I haven't played basketball in a solid 6 years, but I've never been a fan of those cross-court passes like that. Nothing good can happen in situations like that.
Yeah, I agree.
So much back can happen.
A lot of incomplete passes today on that.
Incomplete passes, interceptions, tip balls, whatever it may be. That's just not ways to facilitate your offense.
Not
worth
a turnover.
McNeely, she can dribble. She chooses not to. Passes it up to Shorma. Shorma back to McNeely, top of the key. Dishes out Shane in the corner. Stockmo double team. That doesn't matter. She chucks up a shot. It won't go. Brown dribbling the ball up the court for the Firebirds. And that's going to be a shot by McLaurin. She's just throwing it up crazily.
But
not
she
even
gets the
close,
line
but she
doing
gets
it.
the foul.
Yeah.
Wasn't close to the hoop, but that's not what matters. She got fouled.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever you can do to draw fouls and try to get your team back in the game. But now the next Shanley foul, Devils Lake will be shooting 2 at the line every time.
And if I'm Devils Lake, I'm getting ready for that because Shanley has not stopped fouling in this one. They're staying aggressive, which I'm honestly a fan of. It's just, can you be aggressive without hacking? That's the question.
Yeah, it is a great question. Can they do it?
We have not seen that so far. Deed's back in the game. She's had a great second half so far with that made 3 and great rebounding. McLaurin misses both free throws. And they're going to say out on Dietz right there. It's going to remain Firebirds ball. Brodina with the inbound here.
It's a big break for Devils Lake after missing both free throws to just get the ball back.
It's honestly a second chance at redemption here. You don't get the points there, but Shanley's like, hey, we're going to give you the ball right back. They inbound the ball. They're going to pass it out to Brodina, and she's just not going to be able to get a handle on it. Deacons ball. Ball doesn't lie in situations like that. And now they got a heavy press right here as there's 5 girls right here past the half-court line. And McNeely is going to break it with ease. She's going the wrong way. She's going to go through the defense. Intercepted. Deeds with the defense. Brick, and they're not going to call anything a foul. It goes off 25, and they're not going to call that. Apparently it did not go off 25. Could have sworn it did, but it's going to remain Devils Lake ball with Brodina making the inbound. Not sure what happened there. Freilich is going to be dribbling it up. Pass out to Hillman. Hillman has it. She's going to shoot a contested 3. That won't go. Stockmo has it. And another situation where ball doesn't lie. Aubrey corner. She has it. Passing out to McNeely. McNeely has it on top of the key. She's looking for someone to get open. The offense is not working right now. She's got to make something happen. Dew has it on top of the key now. She's going to try to do the same thing. Just out to McNeely on the wing. Stockmo says she's open. Shot clock dwindling down, and that's going to be a foul. Almost an and 1 by Shorma. Shorma's going to take 2 shots.
Yeah, great job there to draw the foul and have a chance to just add on to this 10-point lead here with 6.5 to go.
With 6.5 to go, if I'm Shanley, keep playing your good defense and just take high-quality shots, get the shot clock all the way down, you're going to win this game. Shorma misses the first one, and now part of my game plan for them to win is them making free throws here. They're going to have to make free throws down the stretch, especially if the Firebirds start fouling.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's an important part of this game, obviously, and they just need to start knocking some more down.
Shorma makes the second one. She hears us all the way up in the booth. She nails that one. And now Devils Lake, they're pushing the floor. Martinson wide over three, and it goes. Jane Freilich with the three, and that's going to be a timeout by the Firebirds. And we will be right back after this break.
Time back out of timeout. The inbounds pass to McNeely. She's going to dribble, go left, spin, and that ball's going to be nearly taken away by Freilich. And right before the 8-second violation, Coach Jacobs is going to get the timeout off.
Yeah, I don't know why they only have one person trying to beat that press. They need to have somebody help. We'll be back after the timeout.
Welcome back, 6:17 to go here in the McCormick Gymnasium. Shanley up 8, and Devils Lake putting a press on it, and that pass to Hakim was nearly intercepted, but this time they will break the press, and
there's going to be
an injury timeout.
It looks like McNeely got hit in the nose. And the trainer's going to come out.
Yeah, I think just in the nose she got hit a little bit, but.
And she's going to walk off like a champ. Roach coming in here now for the injured McNeely. And with the press break, they're always double teaming one person, so that means there's always one person open. It's crazy they haven't found who it is yet. And we are with 6:10 left in this game. Dew has the ball in the corner, pass it to Hakim, and they're going to call a foul. Hakim draws the foul right there, and they are in the bonus, it looks like. Hakim will be shooting 1-1. Now they need to nail these free throws.
Yeah, I agree. These are huge right here. Huge.
And she makes it. Doesn't even barely touches the net. Graceful shot by Hakim right there, as she will try to do the same on her second attempt. And she does. Rattles in a little bit, but
huge job using the bonus, but we're seeing Devils Lake really hustle now. Down 10 here with 6 to go. They're picking up the pace.
They have a huge sense of urgency right now, don't they? Devils Lake trying to get any sort of offense going. Of course, McLaurin, I don't think she's been subbed out yet tonight.
I don't think she has either.
And that's going to be a jump ball forced by Devils Lake. You know, Deacons, they've been winning in terms of the score, but the hustle plays and the scrappiness, that's all Devils Lake so far in this one.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like, playing press is just scrappy defense, and they've shown a great job doing it. And nearly another steal by McLaurin.
And she's going to dish it up. Pass it to Kim, and with the assist. So Kim with the 2 points right there. And that was a successful press break, one of the more successful ones we've seen all night. McLaurin passes it inside. Back out to McLaurin. Freilich has the ball. She's trying to get anything going. Tosses it outside to Schock. Schock tosses it inside. Back out to McLaurin. McLaurin shoots it. That's going to be an air ball, unfortunately. But the rebound goes. Devils Lake cuts the lead down to 10 with a little bit under 5 minutes left to go. And again, this stingy press defense. And they're going to call 5-second on the Deacons.
Those are just mental mistakes. That can't happen.
It didn't look like they were counting 1 banana, 2 banana right there. Seemed a little fast to me. Doesn't matter.
Nonetheless, a mental mistake that just cannot happen.
It doesn't matter. It's going to be Devils Lake ball.
There's a lot of things you can and can't control during the game, and getting the ball in bounds is something that just has to happen.
Agreed. McLaurin, she's dribbling it. Oh, good defense. And intercepted by Shorma. She might go coast to coast. She's thinking about it. The ball gets poked away, and the ball's on the ground, and it's recovered by Devils Lake, and the ball sails out of bounds, hits the official. Says it goes off him, basically. It's going to be Deacon's ball.
Great job there by McLaurin once again to get a steal.
Oh, never mind, not Deacon's ball. Apparently, again, they saw something else. It's going to be Firebirds' ball here. And they're trying to get anything going. It's going to be a scrap on the floor. Double team in the corner. And there's going to be a timeout called by the Firebirds. We'll be back after the break.
Welcome back to Fargo. 4:22 to go. The Deacons up by 10, and the inbound pass to McLaurin. Freilich's 3 from the corner. Her shot is good, and it's a 7-point game.
Yeah, that's the type of shot that you needed to make right there. Shorma not trying to get a 5-second call again. Passes it into McNeely. Shorma gets the ball back. She's got to dribble the ball up the court. She's looking to pass too much. She's got to just take it. Nobody's trying to help. And it goes to Hakim, and Hakim gets an easy 2 right there for the Deacons, making a 9-point game with a little bit under 4 left. And Devils Lake with a sense of urgency. They're pushing the ball up, and that's going to be a travel. They just couldn't get a shot up. Smothering defense by Hakim.
Yeah, great job to force her to just get uncomfortable and not be able to get a shot off, which she looked like she wanted to, but they couldn't find a pass either.
Oh, great press break, the best of the night. Roche has a wide open layup, and she puts it in. It's now an 11-point game with 3:30 left in this one. Shanley making their mark on this matchup, almost getting close to that 40-point mark. And that's going to be a 3. Looks like it might have had a chance. Went off the side of the rim. Oh, and that's just a hasty pass by Roney right there, intended for Hakim. It won't go. And they're going to call another timeout. We'll be back after the break. Welcome back to Fargo Shanley High School as your Deacons are up 39-28 in a contest with Devils Lake Firebirds with 3:19 left to play in this one. Firebirds ball to inbound. And the Deacons, they've impressed all game, but that's far from the same for the Firebirds. Martinson dribbling, passes it out. McLaurin has a shot. She dishes it. Martinson has the ball again. She kicks it out right. The shot to Freelick does not go, and that's going to be a foul on the Firebirds. McNeely to the line.
Yeah, here's a huge opportunity to just put the game away. And
yeah, if McNeely can make both these free throws, you got to think she may be putting this game on ice.
yeah, these are huge free throws here to try to stretch the lead, do with 13. But you can't even stretch it to 12.
Well, the first one barely misses the rim. Thought she had a chance there. But it's going to be Firebirds ball. Oh, it's tipped. And Roney has it, but oh! And that's another time where McNeely's gotten hit. She's been banged up so far in this one. Devils Lake moving the ball around very well right now. They can't find an open shot, and the ball's tipped, and McNeely has the steal. Shayna Roach, she pushes the ball up the court. Roney has it. She has a wide open shot, but she takes it to Hakim, and Hakim puts the ball in the hoop and makes it 41-28 with 2:20 left in this one. Your Deacons have stretched their lead to 13 with a little bit over 2 minutes remaining. And it's a steal by Roney. Back out to Roach, and Shorma has the ball. There's no press right now for the Firebirds. And now they can just hold the ball right here.
Yeah, I think it's a great
And
chance
find
here
a good
to just
shot.
run the shot clock down.
And there's going to be a shot for Roach. Will it go? Almost. And rebound by the Firebirds. Firebirds got to push up the court. They don't have time to take their time here. They got to find a shot. And they're going to have one right here. I was going to say foul, and one by Freelick. Freelick goes to the line. And one for Freelick, potentially here, as she can knock down this free throw. Stockmo subs into the game for Hakim. Stockmo, the leading scorer in this one, I believe. She's been having a stellar game so far. They get back one of their leading scorers. And that ball just goes in and out. I'll tell you what, these Shanley rims are unforgiving, aren't they, Becky?
I agree. After some intense games in gym class, we know.
When you're a sharpshooter like me, you only need it to hit the rim. Just nothing but net. And that's going to be a foul by Devils Lake. And Shorma is at the line. 11-point game with 90 seconds left in this one. You got to think that Shanley is liking their performance so far here tonight. Shorma makes the first one, nothing but net. Extends the lead to 12. She'll have her second one right now. And nothing but net again. Shorma making 2 clutch free throws down the stretch. And now you see McLaurin trying to push up the ball. But they're doing too much ball movement. They got to put up some shots. You're not going to have an amazing shot every single time, but you got to put something up, or else you're not going to get points. And that's going to be intercepted by Shorma. And that's going to be a foul on the Firebirds, sending Shayna Roach to the line.
I think that foul might just be too little too late and no reason to try to keep sending Shanley to the line.
Now, I understand the ball movement, early on in the game, but there's, at the time, 90 seconds left. You got to put up the shots, even if they're ugly. Shayna Roach, nothing but net. There was no doubt the second that left her fingertips, that one was going in. Roach extends the lead to 15 with a little bit over a minute left in this one. Shanley has all but won it. And Roney deflects the ball out of bounds. She's been very good on defense tonight.
Yeah,
clogging up those passing lanes.
Great job, yeah, deflecting passes. Whether or not they get the ball back, she's
been a force on defense. And McNeely ends up on the floor again, but she gets the foul and she's going to the line. McNeely, she's been putting her body on the line tonight, and it's paid dividends for the Deacons.
Yeah, it has. A great job. Just,
there's a time in the second half where it was a 2-point game, and you're thinking to yourself, hey, is Shanley letting this one slip away? But obviously, with the 15-point game now, they mean business.
I mean, an incredible job, only giving up 30 or so points here at the last minute to a team that scored 87 on Tuesday night.
Exactly. And another foul by the Firebirds. They're just trying to do anything right now. It's just not working, unfortunately, for them. Missed free throw by Shorma. Luckily for her, that really won't matter in the outcome of the game, just the box score in this one. As Shorma lines up for her second free throw attempt. And you could say that was nothing but net right there, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I agree.
Shorma misses the second one. And that's going to be a blocking foul on the Deacons. Shot doesn't count, but they're going to the line no matter what. And at this point for Devils, this is just for their own pride to get some more points on the board, cutting into this lead, making it a little bit closer. And that's what they're going to do here, knocking down the first free throw, cutting the lead to 14 with a little bit under 53 seconds left in this one. Another free throw made by the Firebirds. They've been very good at the line tonight, and they're still bringing out their iconic press. Shanley's have had troubles with it all day, and they just can't do anything. Oh, but McNeely escapes, passes it up to Roney, gives it to Stockmo. Stockmo puts it up, and she gets points, adding to her already high point total. And that's going to make it 47-32. That's going to be the most amount of points the Deacons have scored this season, and it couldn't have come at a better time. Wide open three by Devils Lake, won't go. And that ball is just going to be going. Shayna's got it. Roach has it, and she is fouled. Fraley gets her fourth personal right there. One away from fouling out, but I don't think she's going to be fouling out in this one with how much time's left. Roach misses the first one at the front of the rim.
Line tonight.
Yeah, I might have to give her a little bit of grief for that one after the game, but she's played a good game so far. Done everything that you could ask for and then some. Second free throw is good for Roach. Extends lead to 16.
Just over. It's over now.
Shot clock's off. There's just the remaining 15 seconds. They're going to find any shot right here, and that's a good three. Three by Freilich to cut the lead down to 13, and they just got to inbound the ball, and the game's over. Nope, it's Shorma's on the ground, and they're not going to be able to get a shot off. Your Shanley Deacons win 48-35 in their highest scoring match of the year. I'm Brooks Huber, or for Brooks Huber and our entire crew. Oh, what? Okay. Oh. We're going to look at the point total before we sign off. The leading scorer for the Deacons was Stockmo at 12, with Hakim at 8 and Shorma at 8 as well. For Devils Lake, they have Freilich at 14, followed by McLaurin and Friedel.
For Brooks Huber and our entire crew, I'm Beckett Stimpson. The final score, Shanley 48, Devils Lake 35. To watch an archive version of the entire game and our other broadcasts, go to ShanleyTV.com. The proceeding has been a presentation of Shanley TV.